Well, Punk, this of course was not the result that you had hoped for, but you talked all along about this was about the journey as well. So now that it's over, at least for the moment, didn't come up your way. How are you feeling about the whole process right now?
The process was magical. I'm just disappointed. I'm beating myself up way more than I got beat up. I'm supremely disappointed. But the answer to your question is, aside from the outcome, wouldn't change anything for the world. It was just being out there under the lights, the most fun I've ever had, and to say it again, second best day of my life. First one was my wife when I married her. Thank you.
Would you have done anything differently in your strategic approach?
Yeah, I would have thrown the right hand faster. I think I was a little late throwing the two, and then I got taken down.
You did come out incredibly aggressive. How did that match up with the plan? Was the intention to rush forward that way?
Yeah, watching what little tape there is on Mickey, I think nobody pressured him. You know what I mean? And once he got in a rhythm, especially in the first pro fight he had, because the one with Mike Jackson was so short, but the first pro fight, the guy was just moving backwards. The plan was to just move forward. I was either going to come back with my shield or on it, and I think that's the game I played.
Just last for me, you said at the end that this is not the end of the journey, that you want to keep going. Do you intend to do that at the UFC level, or would you be willing to say, maybe do it at a lower level so that you can continue to develop your skills, not at the highest level of the sport?
My initial venture into this was going to be at the lowest level. This opportunity just got presented to myself. I would have been a fool to say no. I don't know what happens from here on out. What if I get cut? I don't know. You know what I mean? I think that's a possibility. Do I want that to happen? No. But who's to say where I go from here? I don't know. I definitely want to keep going. I'm the kind of guy. I just fell off a bike. I'm not just going to shelve it and leave it in the middle of the street. I got to get back on the ride.
And you said you definitely wanted to get back into the cage again. How long do you think it's going to be before we see you back in the cage? Do you want to take some time off to train? Do you want to get back in there quickly?
Hard question to answer right now. Obviously, it's the same that I just lost. I'd love to jump back in there as quickly as I can and erase that, but I got to go back to the drawing board. I sort of look like the Elephant Man right now, so I think. And the plan was to always, take some time. My wife's put up with a lot through this process, and instead of her cooking meals for me and stuff like that, I got to cook some stuff for her.
And you're a student of the sport. Well, what did you take away from that you need to go back and learn and work on?
Just timing, I got no excuses for what happened. Mickey was the better man.
And a big talking point all week was what music you walk out to, and you stuck with the song.
Yeah.
What was the decision there?
It's an awesome, awesome song. Don't you like it?
I love it.
What don't you like about Living Color? What's wrong with you?
I love the song.
Oh, you love it, okay.
And last, you seemed to take a moment before you entered the cage to soak in the moment. Like, what did you, gather from that moment?
Well, I don't know if it's ever going to happen again. I didn't know at that time. I fully believed in myself. I know my coaches believed in me. My team believed in me. I thought I was going to win. But even then, I still wanted to. The scoreboard could have fallen on me. I referenced that like 3 separate times this week. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I get hit by a bus. I could die eating pizza tonight. I don't know. So I just try to enjoy life. Even the bad stuff. This is the bad stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm still. It sounds crazy. I'm still happy. I still love it.
One thing that I think a lot of people said and media members said, and you may have even said this at one point, is that you would feel pretty comfortable. If there was one advantage you might have over Mickey is that you were used to the spotlight and perhaps he wasn't. Did that turn out to be the case, or when you got out there, since this is so different and it's just different in meaning to you as well, how were your emotions, right before the fight started?
They're steady as a rock. I was warmed up. I was ready to go. Butterflies because I'm about to throw hands, but I wasn't nervous, so to speak. Yeah, I felt fine.
Another thing was like, we'll see him Punk get out there and embarrass himself. Well, he looked terrible, and I would think a lot of people would call this a lopsided loss, but are you proud of, you know, what you put out there tonight?
I don't think there's probably an alternate reality where I win and I'm still disappointed in myself. That's just who I am. You know, I'm just really hard on myself. I lost, and it sucks, and it was lopsided, and it's upsetting. But you know, I know I'm better than that.
To your left. I'm curious. Your wife was, very, cautious about, watching you train, being here tonight. What did you say to her? What did she say to you after the fight?
Oh, you guys are all gonna make me cry, you bastards. She just said she was proud of me, you know?
You said throughout this entire process this was about living a dream, and it didn't go your way tonight, but you still said it was a night of your life. I mean, I know the answer is no regrets, but I mean, at the end of the day, did you get out of this, outside of the win, did you still get out of this what you wanted on the day you signed December 2014?
No, I didn't win. That's what I wanted. I wanted to win. I wanted to perform, Didn't happen.
What did your coaches say to you afterwards? I know, you walked by, not to misquote you, but I think when I saw you walk by media row, you said, damn it. That was kind of like, just that feeling. What did Duke and what did the guys say to you in the back?
Same thing. They said they were proud of me. And I just feel like I let them down.
Last question. I know you said you're not going to decide tonight when you're going to return. How quickly are you going to get back in the gym, though? How quickly do you want to be back in the training to get better?
Well, I think they're going to force me to stay out because I have this ear, and I got a couple stitches in my eye. But I'd be back in there Monday if it was up to me.
There's a couple more guys.
Back here. I know you're kind of guarded, kind of coming into this fight as to what you were going to do. You didn't really show your hand too much, but is there a regret, I guess, that you didn't get to show more of what you learned in the last month or a year and a half of training with Duke and everything, that you didn't get to demonstrate your skills a little more?
No, because who would I have been demonstrating those skills for? I think the people who believe in me knew what I was good at, and then the people who were negative were going to be negative no matter what.
You touched on it, but there was a smile on your face while you're walking to the octagon that we haven't seen before. I mean, this was really the culmination of everything. What were you feeling when you hear that familiar music, but it's something else? I mean, what was going through your mind?
Yeah, like the switch got flipped. I was happy. I didn't really think how the crowd would react, but they showed me love, and then you can't help but smile at that, and it felt good. And I felt like I was, in a way back where I belong. I was happy. It felt right. It felt good. I was ready to fight.
We're going to go aerial and then...
Thank you. What did you say to Mickey afterwards before they, read the official, finish? It seemed like you guys were talking. Did you say anything to him?
Yeah. Throughout, like in interviews and stuff like that, he would say things like, speaking about himself, saying he didn't belong in the UFC, and he didn't belong on the main card. And I told him, everyone else is going to say that about you throughout your entire career. Why are you going to say that about yourself? I said, don't ever put yourself down. Even if you think you don't deserve to be on the main card, you're on the main card. Just shut the fuck up and fake it till you make it. You know what I mean? Like, don't sell yourself short. You know what I mean?
And just two other ones. Did anyone from the UFC come up to you afterwards, Dana White, any of the owners, and give you any kind of indication about what they thought of the fight and what your future in the company is?
No, I haven't talked to Dana yet. I mean, I can imagine what... I talked to a couple people, and they just shook my hand, said, hold your head up, be proud of yourself, but it's not like I fought a good fight, so,
And lastly,
you've been very sort of stoic throughout this entire process, and of course, you're emotional, and I know you're disappointed in the loss. Are the emotions specifically tied to the loss, or is this maybe some of the emotions of the last 21 months and the ups and downs and everything that you had to go through to get to this point? Is it all sort of coming out at this moment?
Yeah, I think it's all coming out, I mean, I had back surgery for this, and I think I'm super happy that, that's something that didn't bother me at all. Once I got it fixed, I was like a different person, so like I'm fortunate for that, and I'm thankful for that, but I just think, even to come back from that, even to, it's like, people can say I didn't belong here, and they said I wasn't going to make it to the octagon, and they said I wasn't going to make it after the back surgery, and then I wasn't going to make weight, and I'm happy I did it, but yeah, there's a lot of emotion involved, sure.
Thank you, Phil.
Okay. I appreciate you all guys. Thank you very much.